Hey people, Steel Gamer here, and I actually am running a GR91 for one of the people on my friends list because he's having trouble understanding how to use the Demon Hunter in certain cases. So what I'm going to wind up doing is I'm going to wait for him to join before I go in there. I'm going to go make some coffee, and I'll be right back, so just bear with me. And I'll be talking to him in this on my headset because I have him in the Diablo app voice chat. So that's who you hear me talking to in this. So, all right. I'm going to go make some coffee and wait for this to kick in and get set up so we can join the chat. So that's about it. All right, are you still there?
Yep.
I'm just going to make some coffee and because it's going to take a few minutes to show up in the chat. I mean, in the YouTube gaming app section of Diablo 3. Shit, hold on one second. I think I put this in the wrong section. I think I may have to restart the stream.
Okay, I'm just gonna be leveling my pain enhancer.
No, actually, I didn't. I didn't actually. I didn't do it. I didn't. I actually still have it on there. So it's set up under Diablo 3, so it's not that big of a deal. All right, just give me a minute. All right, I'm gonna go make some coffee. I'll be right back. All right, are you there?
Yep.
All right. Did you get into it or not yet?
To what? The YouTube
Did you get
gaming?
into the stream yet or no?
Nah. Should I just look on YouTube gaming?
Yeah, that's where it'd have to be because I'd have to. I mean, I can spell the link out for you, but it would be a pain in the ass to do that.
Yeah, I'll look for it.
Yeah, it's this long friggin' ass link. Um, let me see if I can actually pull it up myself.
I see 4 live things.
Live. Diablo 3.
I see 2 people on console. That's
But I'm in there. It says Diablo 3 DH Season 14. TL Gamer. I'm on there. It's live.
don't see it.
Shows them in there.
What is your channel name? I can probably find it there.
Yeah, you got good luck trying to find that. There's like 1,000 friggin' TL gamers.
Found it. I just searched TL Gamer and found it.
Yeah. But like I said, there's like 1,000 TL gamers.
Alright. I'm watching it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm using Turbo HUD. You can't see it, but I can. For some screwed up reason, it doesn't show up over the overlay. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll go over my gear with me so you can see exactly how I have stuff set up. And if you remember what
Okay.
I was telling you, I'm using Mark of Death with Valley of Death instead of Wolf Companion for the reasons I had specified, that I'm doing the same amount of damage, but I can trigger it whenever I feel like it using 3 discipline rather than have to wait. And the only difference is I don't have a pet that, I don't have a pet that's going to distract them. Now, obviously, I'm using the remainder of the because my impale build is cold at this point. Bladed armor also enhances that as well. And then, obviously, for Shadow Power, even though Shadow Power gains all the runes, I still believe you have to have a specific rune in there to get that ability. I'm not sure. It'll gain all the runes once you activate it. But just for purposes of putting it in there and just how I do it, I'm using Blood Moon, which is basically double the amount of life gain per hit. Now, if you'll notice, I took out Awareness out of here and put Perfectionist in, which is iffy because I can croak. So croaking too many times also will kill the timer. You don't want to do that either. But at the same time, I don't want to lose the damage bonus. So I should be okay. I'm probably going to get killed a couple of times because I stand around doing stupid shit that I shouldn't be doing. And so that's basically about the extent of it. Now, my bracers here. I have better bracers on this for lightning. But the reason I'm using cold, the reason I swapped it to cold is because I have this quiver. This quiver I have is better than the other one, even though it doesn't look that way. Like, this is my lightning quiver, and if you compare it to the one I have, the toughness goes up by 13.4%. However, the problem is I'm losing X more damage, even though it physically says 0.8. I'm doing 4 times more damage with this quiver because of the impale percent. It's not just a critical hit increase, it's the impale percent on top of the dexterity, and I'm doing more cold damage. If you see, the lightning only does 15%, the cold does 19%. So it's not just the element damage that I'm doing, it's that as well. Now, I also got lucky with some of my items too, because my Ancient Traveler's Pledge is good. As you can see, I augmented it to 81. But if you take a look at the rank on my gems, Bane of the Trapped is 90, 84, 80, and things like that. So my dagger, if you see, I got really good stats on the dagger, is what it comes down to. Plus, my dagger has a chance to fear enemies on hit as well. Now, when you're looking at the follower, as I said, I'm using Essence of Johann because it doesn't just pull all the enemies into one area. What it does is it slows them by 80%. But what happens is, if you ever use Brig's Wrath on a Necromancer,
No.
Brig's Wrath is an amulet that when you curse a bunch of enemies, they just pull them all in together in a pile. That's what it does. That's what Essence of
Yeah,
Johann
I
does.
know it, like, cursed enemies are pulled together.
Yeah, but that's what Essence of Han does. It pulls them together in a line. So when you're
Yeah,
using
I've used it with
Impale Cold,
multi-shot.
you're hitting them all at once. You don't have to worry about that. That's one of the benefits for that. If you're using Lightning, one of the amulets you should try to use is Overwhelming Desire, because Overwhelming Desire charms the enemies and they take 35% additional damage while they're charmed. So it's really good.
Which one?
Overwhelming Desire. I think it's an amulet you can only get out of bounties. So
Oh,
now, when you're looking at, obviously, the stats on the gear are varied, because sometimes it won't allow you to put, depending on what stat you're changing. On my pants, if you see, I have like resistance to elements on it, which is really sick. It doesn't have life percent. It has resistance to elements. I don't think I could. I think if I put life percent on this, my toughness would go down. So it's weird, because resistance to all elements overrides life, but vitality overrides resistance to all elements. So if you
it
see, I
does?
have both vitality and resistance to elements, which both override life. But if I had the choice to put life on this, if I had vitality, resistance to elements, and I could put a life on this, that's a toss-up, because if you remove the dex on that and put life, so there's three elements, that survivability, you lose damage, but at the same time you gain massive damage you gain massive damage resistance. Now, forgetting about this being a primal, that doesn't even matter. It's the fact that I'm using both Visage of Goons, and in my cube it's an Aquila Cuirass. But since I'm using that, I'm missing I would have to still make up for the damage ratio, which is where the Royal Ring of Grandeur comes in. So in this case, I would use my Elusive Ring with the Endless Walk over Convention of Elements. Now, if I had a primal helm, I would swap the Convention of Elements in that and put Visage of Goons in here. That's what I would do.
Look
Because
what I just sent you. I just opened this up out of a Great Rift.
oh, I do that. I always just use those. I don't even freaking save them. I use them in the cube. All right, so now I'm going to go into a GR81. I'm going to go into a GR91, just to give you an example. Now, when you're up this high, okay, if you notice, my Paragon level is only 746.
Yeah.
My gem ranks and everything else. I probably may not going to be able to finish this, because I removed awareness from this and put perfectionist in. Normally, I would swap out. It's a toss-up, because what do you want to do? You know what I mean? So you can't put a Hellfire amulet on there, because the reason people use a Hellfire amulet is for the 5th passive. So that's the extent of that. So that's just what I went over and did. Now, obviously, my boots don't have maximum impale percent, but they're also not ancient, so I'm not really worried about that. These I finally got, which I swapped out for my gloves. Were originally using these, and take a look at these gloves I was using. They're literally ridiculous. Look at that. That's asinine. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. These gloves of what I was wearing are just totally ridiculous. That is asinine. Look at the stats on those things.
Jeez.
So, but the fact of the matter is, these actually did more than the ancient ones. The only reason I waited until I augmented these, which allowed me to obviously get them higher. That's one of the main reasons ancient is better than that. It's not, even though you can do more damage with a regular one, the fact that you can augment it will automatically make anything ancient pretty much do more damage than the regular stuff. So I was using these until I augmented that. Once I augmented that, I swapped them out. Because if you take a look at the augment on it, look at the difference. Look at the damage difference. It's ridiculous. Hold on a second. See the damage difference?
Yeah.
It's a 1% increase on damage, but all the stats, it's ridiculous. All right, so let me see. This is the original Traveler's Pledge I had before I got my ancient one, and then I had another. See, if you look at my strong arm bracers here, they literally do 29% damage for 6 seconds, and it reduces ranged attacks from it reduces attacks from ranged by that as well. So it also gives my toughness going up, but it actually does more damage than my cold ones. But the problem is my quiver makes my cold damage is much higher damage. That's what it comes down to. Now, as far as mitigating the Paragon points, I actually was adjusting this. So another issue I might have is the survivability, because I took all the points out of Vitality pretty much, and I put 100 in dexterity so I could do more damage at a higher level. Now, I have no idea how this is going to work out, but I'm going to try it in a minute. So if you look at my damage, the sheet damage is 1.3 million. But if you take a look at what it comes down to after that, I still did a GR91 when it was set like this. The toughness on this goes up, and that's key to this. So I would rather take out. I'd rather do this, jack my damage up, and lose, 4 million toughness on this case, because I'm still I'm still going to have a massive amount of damage reduction between the Visage Goons, the Elusive Ring, Quillicurus, so I'm not losing that much toughness. Do you know what I mean? Even though 4 million is a lot of toughness loss, not on this particular thing, because when I activate Bladed Armor, you'll see that it goes up to 88. Then when I vault, it's like I'm in the 3 million. You know what I mean? 315 million. That's ridiculous. So let me go grab my coffee and then I'll start this. All right.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna die because I took awareness off. So, but just give me a minute. All right. So are you still there?
Yep.
Okay. Just so you know, obviously I'm live streaming, so I don't know if your voice is being picked up, but you already knew I was live streaming anyway, and you're just going to keep you in the voice chat. So, the other thing too I want to point out is that one thing I actually started using a long time ago, and I still think this is extremely good, is on Fan of Knives, instead of using Bladed Armor, I was using Fan of Daggers. Not because of the fire damage, but because it stuns the damn enemies. Stunning enemies is ridiculously overpowered because you can literally stun lock a boss with this. You can literally jump into the middle of a crowd, jack your Fan of Daggers out, stun everything, and then just kill everything. It's ridiculous. So like I said, I have no idea. I don't know if taking off awareness for this is going to do any good, but we're about to find out. So like I said, I'll do the best I can on narrating this as I go along. Because again, you're dealing with... If you see the friggin' damage I'm doing to these guys, it's because I'm doing 1.3 million sheet damage. But at the same time, I still have a shitload of toughness where I can actually stand and do this. This is where the fucking problem comes in, is these guys right here. You're starting to see this circle that I'm using, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get out of it. That circle is from my follower.
And you stand in it to get there.
Yeah, and your damage goes up significantly. I can see I gotta get rid of these guys and they're just gonna kill me. So you see how fast the enemies are getting taken out with this? It's retarded. So if you're not using a follower, that's a huge problem. So if you notice, I'm taking these Bogan trappers and shit out. And I see, since I'm using Turbo Heart, I can see where the explosions are taking place. And if you notice, I'm not really giving a shit about the friggin' arcade. It's because I can see what's going on, but that's not even it. I will wait, and I will loop between the arcane beams. I'm gonna get rid of this asshole. So when you're fighting these pricks, you have to get rid of the summoners. The summoners are a freaking huge problem, because they'll just keep casting enemies in front of you. In front of the enemies you're trying to kill, and then you'll get fucked over. You'll just never kill the guys. Do you see how long I'm able to stand in front of that enemy? Now,
Yeah.
I need to kill that, because when you're killing yellow elite packs, I now have a damage buff off of my Bane of the Powell. Now I'm at 20% increased damage. And that's another reason I was able to just kill those guys, because I'm using the Bane of the Trap, the Bane of the Powell. Now, fire chains are a pain in the frickin' ass. So, right now, I'm casting Mark of Death all over the fucking ground. It only affects one. But this is why cold is so good, because you don't have to sit there and, you know, wait till they cordon off into enemies. You can just freaking sit there and kill them in a line.
Yeah, it's hard with lightning because when there's a giant group of enemies, it's hard to pick out the spawn.
Oh, fuck, I just died. That's why I get rid of the Bogan Trappers. I didn't even get killed by the Elite. I got killed by the fucking Bogan Trapper. They shoot poison darts at you. It's fucking annoying. I just have to find out where the, yeah, I'm getting off of this level. I fucking can't stand the friggin'... The way this game is designed is that there's enemies in these levels that literally don't belong. They literally make no sense on why they're there. Like, you'll be fighting a group of enemies, and then there's just like 1 or 2 enemies that you'll find in the level that don't even belong amongst a group of enemies because they don't fit the enemies, you know what I mean? Alright, now you got Wallers. One thing that they need to fix with Wallers is Wallers spawn right on. I've had walls spawn right on me, so I couldn't even move. I'm not talking about I was cornered in. I literally had a wall spawned on me. Trying to find this. See, they need to fix this going through the wall bullshit. Because you can't even hit them when they do that. Actually, I'm surprised I'm doing this well at 91 without fucking awareness.
Do you want me to stream it on YouTube Gaming and you watch it?
What is it?
Do you want me to stream a rift that I'm doing?
No, because that's not going to help because the stream is behind itself. At least with this, I can actually pinpoint what I'm doing when I'm doing it. Now, you'll notice that I'm taking a bunch of fucking hits, but the fact of the matter is, I have so much damage reduction that I don't have to worry about it. Even with the damage mitigation I just did on the, you know, the removal of the life, if you'll notice, I barely took almost any damage. The reason I didn't take any damage is I have a shield icon activated right now. I have a shield pylon activated, that's why. So obviously you're gonna take advantage, total advantage of those. But this is why, like I said, this is why using the follower is crucial. Because I fucking hate these things. Get the fuck over here. So even this, I have like a good amount of time. I'm fucking off right now. I shouldn't even be doing this. This is just not obviously how to clear a rift. You know what I mean? You see how fast I'm taking these guys out? Like if you see their health bar, watch. It's freaking stupid. Now if we stand in there, I don't know where the fuck the guy went. Oh, he's over there. I'm also, since I have strong arm braces, leaping through them also is going to increase the damage because, you know, the strong arm braces say, you know, when an enemy's freaking knocked back or whatever it is, and when you vault to an enemy, they're knocked back. So, now, did you see what just happened with the enemies? They freaking just got cordoned off, they got cordoned into the center. Like, that's what my follower's amulet does. So, that's why it's crucial to have a follower. I didn't use a follower for the longest freaking time. I didn't like him. Until I started realizing, and, you know, until I started, you know, listening to some people. I'm fucking hard-headed. I didn't listen to anybody. But I didn't understand I hate these fucking things. I didn't understand what was going on. Okay, now when you're fighting these pricks, these are a pain in the ass. See, I got friggin' there's shamans and shit in here that, you know, that don't belong here. They're like, they don't belong in this group. Why the... No, these are mortars. Yeah, but there's also... Are there fucking Lucani fucking hunters in here? Lucani hunters don't belong in this level. They're not even part of the same enemy. Fuck. I got killed because he fucking jacked up his friggin' barrier. Fucking... These guys are... See, I don't... Fallen Conquerors don't belong in this level. Why the fuck am I getting killed with this?
That's the thing, is if you get, like, if you die too many times, you basically, it's a 30-second respawn, you know? Like, you can't really,
You have to kind of know when they're gonna put the barrier up. You know what I mean?
yeah.
This guy's dead. So what I, like I said, what I started doing was I was talking to somebody last night. So between 3 different builds, I got the idea to piece them all together. So that's why I'm using Mark of Death with Valley of Death over Wolf. Because it's, yeah, granted you're losing a companion that's a distraction, but that's not the point. I would rather be able to friggin', see, I would be able to pop the friggin' damage on the ground right now if it was on cooldown. So Valley of Death is fucking brutal because it's an automatic trigger with no cooldown. Yeah, granted, it technically, if you only had 3 disciplines, and you only get one, you know, one discipline restored per second, technically that's a 3-second cooldown. But the fact of the matter is, putting Mark of Death on the ground whenever you feel like it to jack your damage up is fucking ridiculous, because that's literally doing the exact same thing a wolf is doing, except it's at will, and you can just do it whenever. But you see what I'm doing? I'm standing still long enough, but I have, but what I'm saying is, I have the toughness to be able to stand there to do that. So that's why I'm using the fucked up build I'm using, because who the fuck does that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it seems like you wouldn't have enough toughness to stay alive without the elusive.
Right, but the thing here is, it's like, you normally wouldn't, but like I said, I'm using Visage of Goons, I'm using, fucking, I'm dead. Nope, actually, these wallers suck ass. I need to kill the entire yellow elites, all of them, in order to trigger that damage ratio back again. So now I have a, because my Bane of the Powerful is set at 110 seconds, which is a long time. I mean, it's not a long time, but it's still a long time. Now here comes an awesome channeling pilot, because now I can just friggin' fly through the level and just constantly friggin' do whatever I want. The best pylons, though, are obviously conduit pylons. You can just stand in the middle of it and just fucking, your damage output is so retarded. That's why I was using, Wreath of Lightning. Wreath of Lightning works really good with this, too, because lightning damage, especially when you're using with, Impale, oh god, it's fucking brutal. It's like the enemies become stunned. Fucking the elites in this. Fuck, there's like elite packs of the ass over here.
You must wait. Feel my wrath.
See, I let the thunderstorm just roll over me. There's fucking so many elites over here, it's ridiculous. Motherfucker! Oh, they're actually, the fire mages are actually fucking elites. They're minions. Alright, so at least I don't feel so bad now. They're actually minions. So, like I said, the trick was to get the damage mitigation out, which comes from Bane of the Bane of the Powerful. But how do you get fucking Bane of the Powerful to trigger? You know what I mean? That's an issue. So you have to get that trigger, but once that triggers, it's fucking broken, because you're doing 20% of your current damage. You're adding 20% to your current damage, so it's not what you could have done, it's what you always are gonna do. So your damage ratio will always be high enough to kill things. The trick is, you have to get the damn trigger, you have to get the gem to trigger. So the easiest thing to do to keep the the Bane of the Powerful up and running is to kill blue elite packs. Because they don't have, you have to kill every enemy in the elite pack in order to get the damage bonus. If you have a bunch, if you have 6 yellows and you've only killed the main yellow, you're not gonna get that damage bonus.
That's the thing with the Necromancer and using the in-jump. They only trigger the kill hits.
This is why I'm actually surprised. This is actually really good. I'm fucking surprised I'm actually doing this well without awareness. I mean, obviously, if it's hardcore, you're not gonna not use awareness. You know what I mean?
If you beat your 11 minutes, will you get?
I won't. There's no way. Not what I'm doing with this. So what I'm gonna do after this, I'm gonna swap out. I'm gonna change bladed armor into span of dagger. I'm gonna use stun on this to see how this works. Now I lost my damage bonus because I died. Where the fuck did he go? Why the fuck is he like what the fuck is he? He just like ran up the fucking road. Also, Bane of the Powerful gives me a damage bonus against the elite packs, you know what I mean? This is why cold is so good, because you can just stand in a line, you don't even need to worry about a ricochet. You can just fucking smoke him in the face. Right now, I kept casting Mark of Death on the ground on that. Also, the potion I'm using is Potion of the Leech. So my hits, I'm gaining life per hit on them. Cast Mark of Death on the ground here. Now he's gonna fucking take like 10 times more damage.
I got rid of my... Your follower cannot die.
Yeah, you need that, otherwise it's fucking pointless. Now, do you see where I'm standing on the poison? The poison doesn't actually last that long. Depending on how much toughness you have, depends on like if I'll just stay in the poison. So now what I'll do is I'll rank up. I'm probably gonna rank up my Bane of the Powerful because my Gargog of Swiftness and my Bane of the Trapped are up really high right now. I think they're at like 90. No, actually, yeah, I'm gonna do my Bane of the Powerful. The reason behind I'm doing Bane of the Powerful over the Swiftness gem is because I want the timer on the so I don't have to worry about, not having it run out is what the issue is.
Should I be using Templar or Scoundrel or what?
I honestly don't think it matters what your follower actually isn't gonna kill an enemy. I mean, I'm sure you probably could get it to do that, but the whole main reason for the follower is because of those particular items I was explaining. You have the Oculus Ring. I put a Unity on him in case I decide, because I was messing with Unity inside the cube. I don't know if I want to do that, but
that's pretty lucky. The first one I upgraded has the cannot die.
Oh, nice. So
does it matter what stats it has on it, or no?
Because you're not using it. The follower isn't killing anything. The follower is using the abilities off of the rings and the amulets that they have. So the follower is actually giving you a boost. It's not even doing that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to Fan of Daggers for stun. I'm going to change Perfectionist back into Awareness, and then I'm going to change Ambush into Perfectionist.
What was the other ring you had on your follower?
Oh, just Unity. Oh, you mean Oculus Ring? That?
Unity, yeah.
The Oculus Ring allows you to that's what puts the circle on the ground. So the highest the Oculus Ring damage percent can go is 85%. But if you have none, any percent is good. You know what I mean?
I haven't
Because if you
inside
look, he has a
that one.
shitty fucking dude. He has a level 3 freaking crossbow on him. It's like, okay. Because I'm not using him for that. I'm using him so he can't die and he can constantly boost me with that and chuck enemies in the center. I think that's really all followers are used for. I mean, also, if you take a look at the follower's skills, I have poison, but more importantly, I have it set so he's increasing my critical hit chance by 1.8%. Or I could just use that. So that's a little different. So this is a toss-up. Would you want a permanent increase or would you want an increase when you do a critical hit? Because if you do like 3 critical hits in a row, that's constantly going to keep resetting it for 3 seconds. In retrospect, that's actually kind of the same thing as the this. Because if you have a frenzy, yeah, for physical over 3 seconds. So that's if they critical hit. So technically, I guess you could do that minus the bleed effect. So now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna after I'm just gonna salvage all this shit. I don't even freaking keep this stuff. Because I don't keep anything that I don't use for my characters. So I don't even care if it's primal or age hit or whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm not using these things. That's that. Okay, just double checking. All right, so another trick I do to jack up my damage ratios on this is to do this. Oh, I got a pointer I have to spend. Is to go into my core, and what I'll do is I'll completely remove everything from movement speed. Right? I'll completely remove. I'll do this. I've done this before too. And it goes up like your damage ratio goes up significantly, but I'm not sure if I want to lose that much. I'm not sure if I want to lose that much toughness. So what I'll do is I'm just gonna keep this as was. I'm gonna keep it there. Then I'll do 10 more in here, and I'll do this. Accept. So how the fuck did that? Why did that not work? How did I have? Oh, I see what happened. Never mind. I get what happened. 28. Reset. I'm not even going to use vitality on this one.
Fate smiles on you today.
What am I missing here? How the hell did I go from 3? That doesn't fucking make any sense. Alright, so anyway, yeah, the potion of leech I'm using is like whatever. I had a really good potion of the leech on, like I said, on hardcore, but I got sick and tired of the fucking lag spikes in the server killing my character and having to restart. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Fan of Knives, which is going to stun the damn enemy, Fan of Daggers on this, and it's going to stun the friggin' enemies. So let's see how this works. So what I did was I took off Ambush, I put Awareness back on, and I moved Perfectionist from where it was to here and put back on Awareness. So let's try this again. GR 91, and let's see how this works. There's so many trash mobs in here, right? Oh my god, that's ridiculous. That you can actually, literally, at the beginning of this, you can... That stun just freaking saves me from probably getting killed by that guy. Oh, fucking screw this, I'm just gonna use a shield pylon with this. Don't have to worry about moving. Do you see how the enemies are being clustered together like that? That's the friggin' amulet.
Yeah.
Are you starting to see why a follower is actually kind of needed now?
Yeah, and when you throw the impale in there with the over penetration, it's all of them. So that's why people use cold. Are there any benefits of using lightning?
No, I mean I think it's just damage ratio. It really depends. Yeah. Like I said, I think it's just a matter of preference. I don't want to say one build is better or, you know, fucking shield, pricks. The stun ratio on this thing is fucking ridiculous. It stunned them out there. It was like, what the fuck is this? Let me stop fucking around and actually clear this out because I want to see if I can beat, you know, whatever 11, whatever the fuck that the fucking time frame was.
11 and 6.
Yeah, I can get it. It's just. See how fucking good stun works on that? That's fucking ridiculous. Stun works so good on that. It's so asinine. Whoops. I'm not casting Valley of Death. I'm so fucking mesmerized by stun. Oh, they got fucking ice on the ground. That's why I almost got killed. At least they're not illusionists. That would have sucked ass. Oh my god, you see how good stun works on this? It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
It literally stops every fucking enemy dead in an attack. It's fucking retarded. Stun just did all that. That is so broken. Oh, nice. A conduit pylon. This is why these are so fucking good. Especially when you deal with this. I just stunned everything. Isn't that brutal?
Yeah.
That stun effect is fucking brutal. I'm really starting to take a liking to this. I just jumped in the middle of that pile and I fucking used blade. I just used fucking phantom daggers. I just like stunned the entire pile. These are the assholes that spit shit at you, you know? This is, these guys spawn shit out of their mouths, so what they do is they spit shit in front of you so quick that you can't fucking hit the enemies in front of you. It's just stupid. Now, I probably would have died there, if I had died there, I wouldn't have cared, because what happened was I'm trying to kill the fucker, so if I die killing them, then it was worth it, because I got them out of the way is what the issue is. I'm really starting to take a liking to stun. Oops. Now, do you see what I did? I waited so long before I exited the area that was exploding with ice that I could have died doing it because I was waiting there long enough where the ice didn't. I just, you know, if I could kill with it, oh well, you know what I mean? Like I said, I'd rather get killed than kill an enemy in the process. than not be able to kill it, you know what I mean? Then try to frickin' fuck around with the enemy.
Yeah.
Also, span of knives on these are real. Oh, this is not fucking right, especially when you got a channeling pylon, because you can constantly activate fucking stun and keep the entire packs unlocked. You see how fucking broken that is? I just kept the entire pack stun locked. Because it's a channeling pylon, it resets so freaking easy. I gotta get rid of these two fucking guys over here. God, straight up actually. Mark them down on the ground and stuff. I wanted to get all them because I wanted to reset on my my Bane of the Powerful. I'm really starting to take a liking to the way this build works. Dude, I just killed him with my fucking daggers. That's hilarious. Where's this asshole? Oh, there's two of them.
You said earlier that you were surprised that I haven't been able to push higher than a 95.
Well, yeah, that's because I wasn't. That was before I knew what you were doing. You know what I mean?
If I had everything, like immunity and that stuff, what do you think I could push?
Oh, there's like 3 out.
Oh, you might get back on the leaderboard.
Oh, I'll get on there. I just don't give a shit about it right now. I knew that was gonna happen. Oh, that's why these guys are shielded. Alright, that makes sense now. I'm gonna get this fucking mallet lord out of the way, you motherfucker. Get out of here.
Yeah, I just need to try and get a unity.
There we go. This guy is the guy that's fucking keep causing that fucking dead now. Oh, there were 2 elites over there. That's what the fucking problem was. Alright, watch how fucking retarded this is against a boss.
The Oculus?
No. The stun off of the fucking daggers. It's fucking brutal, dude.
Yeah, I have the Oculus thing on and I'm just standing in it like it's multi.
my god, I didn't... Holy shit, I was missing fucking damage on my core. What the fuck? I can't believe I did that like that. No wonder I was getting fucked over. Dude, I did that with fucking half the damage. Holy shit.
You have a gem?
Oh, I gotta go back in and do this now. I gotta go back in and do this with this fucking build. That's retarded. I was literally missing 38 points in the damage ratio on that. Wow. Can't believe that. Are you still watching the stream or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so now what I'm
just
gonna do
watching
is
it on my second monitor.
I was missing
Anything
fucking
to
damage
look
on that. I can't believe I did that. I literally had 38 points unspent. I was like, because I couldn't figure it out. I had it over 1,000,003, and I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on with that. And I was like, okay, that makes sense now. How did I not see that? I don't understand how I did not see that. Let me grab some helms.
I didn't even know I had that thing. Do come back again.
Alright, I'm gonna go in and try this again. Alright, so, same setup I just had, but I can't believe I did not mitigate, I didn't divvy up those points. How fucking retarded is that?
I'm still waiting.
Wow, this is messed up. I got my damage bonus off of my ring now. I mean, off of my Bane of the Powerful now, so now I can
Not ready yet.
plow through this. And the damage, the timer is actually much longer.
I wish I could do that. Need more time. I'm still waiting.
I want to reset the timer on this.
Not ready yet.
See, there shouldn't be this many fucking minions inside it, and within a yellow elite pack. That's fucking retarded. There, like, literally should not be that many fucking minions.
Not enough discipline.
This is gonna be a fun level. Alright, there's so many guys here. I gotta freaking kill a bunch of these. I gotta kill a bunch of trash mobs on this. I have to.
I'm still waiting. I need healing. Not ready yet. Need more time.
Those skeletons shoot ice at you, so it's a pain in the ass. Oh, the channeling pylon, nice.
I'm still waiting. Need more time.
I love when you level up in the middle of a bunch of enemies and just kills them all.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be fucking around with this many little miniature mobs. Fucking waste. That's why I don't have my freaking my damage on my This is why fucking flying out of the map needs to be fixed. They shouldn't be able to fly out of fucking range where I can't hit them. Like, that's fucking retarded. Like, he should not be able to fly off of the map. Time to speed things up.
That was just a mistake.
Yeah, this is a really fucked up build of music. Yeah, stun is a really good counter to the frickin' illusionist.
Ow, I've yet to get a unity. I'm gonna bring some units.
Now, on this next run, if I concentrate specifically and solely on nothing but the elites, I'll friggin' wind up with like a really good time. Reset the reset my beta powerful jump. absolutely ridiculous. I seriously am liking the way this alternate on this build is working. This is absolutely ludicrous. The stun on this is fucking insane. I gotta get to an elite pack before this fucking thing wears off. Actually, you know what? Fucking grab this prick before this wears off. I'm gonna get the time in the leaderboard of this now. 946. That is absolutely fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, you're 984 on the leaderboard.
Yeah, no, I knew that. I knew I would get on it if I did this. But now, if I actually stuck around and did nothing but elites on that particular run, I would have fucking wiped the time on there. I probably would have had a time of like 7 minutes or something like that. But I was fucking off with the trash mobs. So I'm really starting to take a liking to this fucking stun effect. That is fucking ridiculous. Oh my god, I fucking can't believe I just did that. I fucking forgot to rank my jump. I opened the map and I usually use teleport out by using the map. So I have to like wind up running back all the way through the fucking levels, because if I forget to rank a gem for one time or something like that, I have to run all the way back. I remember picking the time I wound up having to go all the way back to like fucking 5 floors. It was ridiculous. Yes, fucking.
I finally got a Unity. Alright, there we go.
You got what?
A Unity.
Yeah, you don't need Unity. I was just putting it in there because I cubed it, and then I was like, yeah. Because I wanted to see, you know, I'm trying to damage mitigate, so I'm trying to get my toughness up. So...
I mean, it would get your toughness up either way if you put it on your follower.
Yeah, if you put it on your follower, but you gotta remember too, if your follower takes damage, divvy to you as well. I had to go to 4 floors to get back.
You have to put Unity in cube as well if you want to do that.
Huh?
Is it
you
more
have to have 2
toughness to throw the
Unities. You either have to wear it or cube it, and you have to have 1 on your follower.
I'm still waiting.
What? Is it worth replacing the elusive ring with the Unity?
No. Well, I mean, I tried it. Like I said, I mean, you can try it and see what works for you. There really isn't a right or wrong way to do something, you know? There just isn't. I can't believe I fucking did not rank my gems. That is the dumbest fucking thing I've done. Let me see if I can get this to 90. To 90.
Because the other thing could just be finding, like, some ring that just has a good
so that's
legendary
120
effect.
seconds. That's 1 minute and 30 seconds. That's actually really good. 120 seconds for friggin' damage boost is really good. Okay, I'm gonna do a GR92 now. I don't know how well this is gonna end, because one level in an upper GR is tough. Like, the difference between them is fucking retarded.
The difference between a 95 and a 96 for me was crazy.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous the amount of shit that changes in that.
I think the Rift Guardian had another, like, 20 trill health. Something close to that.
Alright, I'm gonna try a GR92. Might even, here we go. Same build, just the GR92. Now I'm gonna go directly after all the elites, or not even a fucking rush of shit. I'm gonna get killed by a Tusk Bogan, I know I am.
I'm gonna try and push my M-count and see what I can do.
Fuck.
gonna hop in at night.
I got my damage boost off of my freaking gemstone now, so I'm good.
Okay.
If I clear GR92, I'm definitely going to go ahead on the leaderboard because it's a massive jump from where I am
that
now.
was... I almost one-shot of Elite in a 90. What was it?
Stun is so good against fucking illusionists. That's the reason that fucking pack took me forever to kill him. Fucking wallers, man. And they're shielded. Enemies that are walled should not be allowed to be shielded. They got these fucking rifts all fucked up. Fuckers. Stop protecting these fucking rifts. I'm not doing this rift. That's fucking bullshit. It's like, first I get arcane, and then I get arcane, and then I get illusionist with walls and shields. That's fucking... I can't stand when that fucking shit goes on. Rifts like that should not exist. Like, rifts are totally broken in the fact that there are over 20 elite powers that the game has to choose from. So it's inexcusable to see arcane on 99% of the elite packs. It means it's broken, because if it can't differentiate the powers on the elites, and it keeps picking the same ones over and over and over and over and over and over again, it's broken.
Oh my, there's an arcane illusionist fight.
Just ignore them. I usually just ignore them. It's one thing when you run into like a blue pack, but when you start running into every fucking elite pack, 99% of the elite packs in the rift having arcane, the rift is broken. Just fucking exit the rift. Because the rift should not have that many arcane enemies in it. Because again, there's over 20 elite powers that the game has to choose from, and it keeps picking arcane. No, it means it's broken. There's no reason for that many. There's no reason for you to keep running into that many fucking enemies with arcane on it. None. It's broken. There's a difference between being hard and being broken. In this particular case, I'm only going after the freaking elite that has fucking the main elite boss on this. I don't give a shit about the rest of them.
After you kill the elite and get the little orb, you just leave?
Yep. The only elite you need to concentrate on in the yellows is the main yellow. The rest of them are pointless. Only one of them drops the orbs.
They don't give you, like, extra percentage
nope.
to stay, but...
It's pointless. Don't be afraid to back up either. Are you still watching my stream enough?
No, I'm kind of just doing it now.
Alright.
Yeah, I think I could push higher than I used to. Probably just subs. Care about. Okay. The one time I die is from the recording. Alright. It took me 7.5 minutes to win.
But did you do it?
Yeah. The 90.
What the fuck, man? I gotta get rid of these fucking stupid... See, there's no fucking reason for there to be this many impalers on this fucking level. It's inexcusable to have this many of them. There's the difference between having a ripped hard and then just being fucking stupid, inappropriately programmed.
Oh. I'm gonna make a huge jump and try it 95. Finally, what the fuck? Alright, I got all that now. That was fucking annoying.
fuck isn't this guy dying?
I must heal. I'm still here.
I can't stand when fucking... He's not even fucking Juggernaut. He's just fucking not dying. I can't stand the fucking enemies in this that have like 3 quadrillion fucking health. That aren't like...
They don't have that much.
Fucking annoying. No, but there's... Alright, take for example, there's an enemy that's not even a boss, okay? It literally has boss health. This is... People could say no, it doesn't all at once, but it's simply proven because you'll be doing trillions of damage to like every enemy around this one enemy will die, and this thing will escape with health left. And they're fucking mages, the fallen mages and the shamans. For some reason, they have fucking boss health as a regular enemy.
Ready yet.
I need to go fucking repair my gear.
I am
They
returning.
literally have like boss health.
I'm still here.
Another thing I can't stand is there'll be no enemies around you and you'll go to town and all of a sudden 5 enemies show up out of nowhere. It's like, where the fuck did you come from? You'll clear the entire area out and yet 5 enemies will still find you somehow. It's fucking annoying. These rifts are broken, dude. They really are.
I'm doing very well so far. About halfway done.
Fuck.
Oof.
I'm still here.
Motherfuckers. See, why is there fucking 19 tusked bogans in this fucking one area? I just cleared out like 9 of them and fucking 16 more showed up. Well, not that many. It's fucking, these rifts are broken. It's like, where the fuck are these how are these enemies coming this far over when they're not even in your aggro range? God, seriously. It's like the fucking tusk bogans, they fucking ram into you from over there. So they gotta shove like fucking 1,900 of them at you. So no matter what you do, no matter how many you kill, 5 more keep taking their place. It's fucking annoying. I just got killed like 4 fucking times because these fucking assholes showed up out of nowhere.
Need more time. I'm still here.
Fucking 9/11. I can do better than that, but this fucking tusk bogan fucking me up. I lost like so much time because the fucking stupid enemies were just pouring out of fucking nowhere, showing up after I killed a ton of them.
If you have a job, I'm here to help.
I gotta friggin' get this shit fixed. Alright, I'm gonna do a 92 again, but I'm gonna get a higher rank. I should just
What
say
is-
fuck. I
what
should
do you have
say
to
fucking
do
do a
to get-
93.
What do you have to do to get on off-season leaderboards?
What after you do what?
What greater if level do you have to do to get on the off-season leaderboard?
I don't even know. You'd have to look.
I'll check after I finish this. I think it's over 100.
That I qualify for that. I've gotten on them. I've done like my non-season leaderboard is like fucking like 105 or 110 or some fucking stupid shit like that. I was doing like 110 or 111 rifts. That's because I had I fucking wound up with like a couple primal fucking items that were just racking the shit out of my fucking character. I'm gonna end this stream. I'll still talk to you, but I'm gonna end this stream. Alright, take care, guys. Steel Gamer signing off. Thanks for stopping by.